All right, rolling. Shalom, shalom. Want to face east first and foremost. Starting off giving all glory, all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem, Kakadash, the God of Israel, to the 12 tribes of Israel, blacks, Latins, and Native Americans, spread across the whole four corners of the earth. Next up, we want to give double honors and elders to the apostles of Great Millstone, GMS. Salutations to all the Akums, the men, and Aquas, the women, pushing his truth in 100% in sincerity, being the true prophets of the Lord. Yahweh Shai. It's the brother Yashar coming in from the camp, Children of the Light. This lesson gonna be about 30, 35 minutes tops. We're gonna get right into it, man. And we're gonna deal with this topic, man. This is a very edifying, heavy topic. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like Quora is gonna be my go-to, picking and slicing and dicing these Christians and atheists and Catholics, whatever they call themselves, from blasphemy the scriptures. We're gonna come back with another correction. All right, so before we get into this, man, like I said, I'm gonna get right into it with the precepts, with one quick article in this topic that we see on the screen. But before we get into it, let me go back to not to my, because of course I have my personal YouTube channel, and I'm gonna try to, Yahweh Shai Ratazah, I'm gonna try to post at least one video on my personal channel. Well, no, because I've been doing the shorts. I've been starting to do the shorts. Spirit came up on me to start doing the shorts on my channel, so you can definitely check that out. As you can see, I changed the name, so it's COL Yashar. Just repping the camp. Just like Sakari, he repping the set. we gonna rep our set, our camp. All right, Children of Light, man. So as you can see, I did the video. Man's time on earth cut down 3 times. I did that video. And so this time, get into it. The title is going to be Earth is no more than 12,000 years old, and the earth was created in 7,000 years. All right, and we're going to back that up through the scriptures. Now, as you can see on the screen, we have this Edomite, Joe Deafney. It says, let me see if I can click the profile picture. Make sure he an Edomite. Yeah, he a motherfucking Edomite. He says, linguist with particular interest in the intersection of language and law, technical and non-fiction writer. Okay. Now keep that in mind. He said he's a non-fiction writer, so he deals with non-fiction, right? All right. Oh, damn. Let me go back. So it says, quote unquote, the Bible says planet Earth was created 6,000 years ago. How did the dinosaurs exist on this planet 66 million years ago? So we're not even going to worry about that part when it says the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. We're not going to deal with that. We already know that's false. So he says the Bible says planet Earth was created 6,000 years ago. Okay, so I guess this is a question that somebody asked, and he gave the answer. As you can see, his answer was, in the non-bold letters. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read the key points, just like the last video. It says the Bible does not say that. The Bible is silent on exactly when the creation happened. So, okay, remember, he said that he deals with nonfiction, right? He says the Bible does not say that. The Bible is silent on exactly when the creation happened. The book of Genesis, which includes both the creation of the universe and the creation of the first 2 people, Adam and Eve, is set in some mythical time in the past. Remember, he said he deals with nonfiction, right? So he calling the Bible mythical, okay? Because it is a myth. All right, whatever. And it kind of pissed me off. Whatever. We're going to break it down. The literal details are not the important part. The underlying message about the relationship between humans and God is. Okay, so he says the underlying message about the relationship between humans and God is. He goes on to say, let me scroll down. Okay, it is not an eyewitness account of everything being created in 6 days. If you know what, okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna stop right there. Like I said, I'm not gonna read the whole thing. And you see he turned his comments off. It says adding comments disabled, because he know somewhere down the line somebody gonna get on his ass. But guess what? I ain't gotta comment on your video. I just make my own video response. But let's pull those key points out. All right, I'm gonna slow it down. He says the underlying message about the relationship between humans and God is. So first of all humans don't have a relationship with God. All right. Now let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. Come. Because all humans don't have the relationship of Yahweh, the Most High Yahweh. Okay. Now, This is Matthew 15:24. This is Yahweh Shah speaking. But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Now, the house of Israel is the Israelites as a whole, like once again, blacks, blacks, and Native Americans, you know. And the lost sheep of the house of Israel is the elect, the 144,000 elect men of Israel, okay? Now, because that's who that has their relationship with God, all right? So not the whole fucking world, Mr. Edomite. Okay, so now that we got that point out the way, let's go into the main topic, which is gonna be how old is the earth, proven by the Bible, and how long has man been on this earth, proven by the Bible. Let's get into it. So let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and 1. It says, in the beginning, the Most High Yahweh created the heaven and the earth. Now, reminder that Hebrew is that pure language. You know, the Old Testament was written in Hebrew. The New Testament was written in Greek. Now, I don't know a lot of Hebrew, but I was edified, you know, by watching the brother. And with that Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, I'm going to read it in the Hebrew. And it's Bara, I'm reading from my Bible. It says, Ba Arashyath Alahayim Bara'ah Hashemayim Wa Ha Arataza. Okay, I'm gonna read it again. Ba'arashyath Alahayim Bara'ah Hashemayim Wa Ha Arataza. So that's saying in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. Now that word there, God, was not, because remember, the Most High doesn't have to put in the work. He's the Lord of hosts, all right? He ain't got to put in no work. That word God in the Hebrew is Alahayim, which means the powers, which transfers to the angels. So in the beginning, the angels created the heaven and the earth, okay? Not just Yahweh himself. No, Yahweh don't work. He don't do nothing. He gives the orders, all right? It's like your boss at work. He not gonna get on the floor and bust his ass all day with you and be right next to you. Maybe if, you know, in some jobs, maybe if motherfucker don't show up. But no, he gonna give you the orders to do what's gonna happen. And you're gonna carry those orders out. And he's gonna judge you, okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, nah, you know, do this a little bit more. Okay, do that a little bit more. Same thing for Yahweh, okay? So in the beginning, the angels created the heaven and the earth, okay? So I just wanted to, you know, give that quick Hebrew, give that in the Hebrew, because we is Hebrew Israelites, correct? And he ain't no Israelite, he an Edomite, so he don't get to understand that. Now let's get into that. Now we take that, okay, that's the beginning, Genesis 1 and 1. Now let's take it to Genesis 2, chapter 2, verse 1 and 3. It says, thus the heavens and the earth. Oh, shut up, I'm reading it. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. Verse 2, on the seventh day, Yahweh, or no, remember, Alahayim, the powers. On the seventh day, the powers, we can just say the angels. On the seventh day, the angels ended his work which he had made. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. Okay? So why is that 7th day important? Okay, so from Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, that's the beginning of the earth being created, to Genesis chapter 2, verse 2, that's the end of the earth being created. And we'll go ahead and read verse 3. And Yahweh blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which Yahweh, which the angels created and made. So that's where we get the Sabbath, all right? That day of rest, okay? Now verse 4 is very key, because it says, these are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created, in the day that the Lord Yahweh the Most High made the earth and the heavens. Okay? Now, key word, generations. So anybody that says, oh, it was made in 6 days, it was made in 7 days, well, you have to consider that word generations, all right? Now let's go into the blue letter, to the etymology of the word generations. Let's go to Genesis chapter 2, verse 3. That word generations translates in the Hebrew to, where is that? And I'm getting excited, man, because this is all history. This is all things that we have to know. Salaki, it was verse 4. It says Toledat. The pronunciation is Tolidah. So, okay, yeah, that's definitely Hebrew. Tolidah. It says descendants, results, proceedings, generations, genealogies, okay, accounts of men and their descendants, all right, begetting or account of heaven, all right. But this is a course of history, okay. So a course of history don't take place in 6 days or 7 days. You understand? It takes time over time, because if we go to Google, what is a generation? What does Google say a generation is? Generation definition. It says all of the people born and living at about the same time. All right, the product of something. What is defined as a generation? Generation generally considered to be about 20, 30 years, right? But we know the Lord's time is way above our time. So it don't say nothing about no 6 and 7 days, all right? That's one thing Christians will confuse you on. The Bible, the earth was not created in those 7 days, or no 6 days, and on the 7th day was rest, all right? Now, we're going to prove that the earth was created in 7,000 years, okay? Now let's go to the precepts. So from Genesis, remember, from Genesis 1 to 1, that's the beginning of the earth created, all the way into Genesis 2 and 3. That's 2 and 3. That's the end of the earth being created. Now let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 90, verse 4. Psalms 90 and 4. And we're going to see why this is the good precept. It says, for 1,000 years in thy sights are but as yesterday when it is past, and as a watch in the night. Okay, it says for 1,000 years in thy sight, and who is thy? That's Yahweh. This is King David speaking. For 1,000 years in Yahweh's sight are but as yesterday. And what does yesterday represent? One day, okay? So for 1,000 years in Yahweh's sight are but as yesterday, meaning one day when it is past, and as a watch in the night. So what they're saying is 1,000 years to Yahweh is one day to man. And if that don't help you, if you don't believe that, okay, let's go to 2 Peter. That's why I say precept on precept, line up on line. If that couldn't cross your mind, let's go to 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. It says, but beloved, be not ignorant, okay? So be not in disbelief of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. Okay? So if it says that the Lord, that it took Yahweh or the angels 7 days to create the earth, using the precepts, 2 Peter 3 and 8 and Psalms 90 and 4, it says 1 year is 1,000 years to the Most High. So all in all, what does that mean? It took the angels 7,000 years to create the earth. All right? Up to 7,000 years to create the earth. The earth was created in 7,000 years. Okay? Not 7 days, not 6 days, all right? Not 5 days, not 100 days, 7,000 years, okay? Because we know that one day to man is 1,000 years to the Most High Yahweh, all right? Now, that's okay. Now, the earth was created in 7,000 years. Now, how long has man been on this earth? That's another question we're gonna answer. How long has man been on this earth? Because a lot of people, they say, oh, you know the old story. The dinosaurs was here 100 millions of years ago. And then, some people, that the Big Bang Theory happened hundreds of millions of years ago. And, in the cavemen, they was dwelling with the dinosaurs. No, the cavemen were the Edomites in the Caucasus Mountains between the times of the Dark Ages, because that represents the Dark Ages of the Edomites, represents them not having a language, not having a religion, not having anything. That's why they was there in the Caucasus Mountains, dwelling in caves, the hooga, slapping each other with rocks and shit, all that stupid ass shit, walking around naked and shit, eating fucking bugs and worms and shit. That was them, all right? Eating raw meat and shit. That represents the Edomites during the Dark Ages, because in the Dark Ages, Jake was in rule, okay? And Edomites were not in rule. And then, just to give a little history on that. Then, what year was that? Let me see. When did the Dark Ages end? Damn, what was his name? Cesare Borgias' father. Cesare Borgias. And Cesare Borgias is just nothing else but the portrayal of Jesus Christ, the false God. Okay, Pope Alexander the VI. Pope Alexander VI. His name. Yep. Okay. So, So in 1492, um, when Pope Alexander VI came into power, that was Esau getting his power back, because as you can see, his child was Caesar. One of his children was Cesare Borgias, which we know, is the representation of Jesus Christ. So that was Esau getting his power back, and then saying, okay, we now that we got our power back in power, the Israelites lost their power once again. Now we finna go ahead and continue with our agenda. All right, and that was the whole white. That's where you get the whole white Jesus from. All right. So I just wanted to give that history, real quick. But getting back to the lesson, because once again, Esau have you thinking that the world is 100 million years old and shit like that, and we was walking with dinosaurs. No. Dinosaurs would have fucked us up. All right, which there ain't no such thing as dinosaurs. All right, there is biblical. Yeah, biblically you have different animals. It might have been bigger. Back in the times of the days of Noah and what so, but no such thing as a Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus Rex and all that. But there is a such thing as a Leviathan. Y'all gonna find that out on Judgment Day. Hee hee. All right. So let's go into it, man. Let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 11. This is coming from the Apocrypha, which is part of the 14 lost books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm sorry, 17 lost books. Because remember, the Apocrypha was exiled. It was deleted from the Bible. You can I don't have to get into that. That is facts though. You can go ahead and Google that. The Christian I forgot. Like I said, you can Google it. I can't even think of the people who exiled the Apocrypha out the Bible. But anyways, you can Google that. When who deleted the Apocrypha from the Bible, who removed the Apocrypha from the Bible, and you get your answer. Now, 2nd Ezra 14:11, it says, "For the world is divided into 12 parts." And the 10th, matter of fact, I'm gonna go to my Apocrypha so I can read that and break it down in details for you, okay? Because it's one thing to read it from this Bible app, but it's another thing to read it when you have all the notes and precepts next to it, all right? So, 2nd Ezra 14:11, for the world is divided into 12 parts. That represents 12,000 years, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of a tenth part, and there remaineth that which is after the half of the tenth part. So that is 1.5 parts left. All right. So we are in the last 1.5 part. All right. From the time that was written until the time of now, that represents that 1.5 part left on the earth, and in which Yahweh Shai is 0.1 part left, because we finna be out this motherfucker. That's why if you go to the doomsday clock, if you look that up, it is at just look up the doomsday clock. Like I said, I don't have to look it up for time's sakes, and just to stay on topic of the lesson. But if you look up the doomsday clock, Esau, he got his little doomsday clock. You look that up, and it'll show you exactly how close we are to the destruction. And that's all spiritual, because yes, we know that we're in the last times, we're in these last days, and we only have a few major prophecies. We literally have about 3 major prophecies to take place before the end comes. That's Jacob's trouble, that's the MOTB, and that's the third woe, World War III. Them is the 3 major prophecies, and and if any brother, Salaki, if I miss a major prophecy that hasn't taken place yet, but for sure, those are the 3 major prophecies that we are waiting on to solidify that, yup, we finna be the fuck out of here to the kingdom of heaven, man. Yahweh Shah, Barak Yahweh Shah for that, all right? So getting back to the 2nd Ezra, I'm gonna read it again, verse 11. For the world is divided into 12 parts. So that means that the earth is 12,000 years old. And the 10 parts of it are gone already. So 10,000 years already gone, and half of a tenth. So that's 10.5. And there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part. So that's 1.5 parts left. But the primary, the primary thing that you need to take from that is the world is only 12,000 years old. Okay? So if the world was created in 12,000 years, I'm sorry, if the earth is 12,000 years old and it was created in 7,000 years, referring to Genesis 1 and 1, all the way into Genesis 2 and 3, with Psalms 90 and 4 and 2 Peter 3 and 8, clarifying to you that one day to man is 1,000 years to the Most High, then we know that the earth was created in 7,000 years. The earth is no more than 12,000 years old in the whole. So that leaves the mystery. Okay, what happens to those rest 4 to 5,000 years? Because remember, we don't know exactly the timeline. We'll be able to find those things out in the kingdom of heaven. That's when we'll be able to find out every single detail. Because you might have somebody say, oh, y'all, I thought y'all said y'all know everything. Y'all know all the mystery. And y'all got an unction of the Lord. And you know all things. Well, how you don't know the exact dates and time frames? Well, motherfucker, it wasn't meant for us to know those things yet, all right? That's because it wasn't meant for these Bible scholars to know them things. Because if they knew them things, then they would be able to, they wouldn't have to, then you couldn't lie. You couldn't lie to nobody and say, oh, the world was, millions of years old. When they be like, well, it clearly says in the Bible from this time, this year and that year. So we gonna have to find those things out in the kingdom of heaven, all right? The exact days and things like that. That's when that's gonna come, all right? But what we do know is, as a matter of fact, let me get this precept real quick. Amos 3 and 7. Matter of fact, I ain't even gotta go to it. Yeah, I do. I'm teaching. What the hell am I talking about? But the reason I said that is because, this precept has been instilled in my mind so many times, but here it is. Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. So we is able to dissect things like when people come up with these stupid ass Quora quotes and shit like that, and oh, how long is the earth? Oh, we don't know, it's a myth and all that. You know what I'm saying? We can dissect these things and slice and dice them because we have the secrets of the Most High. He reveals it to us. How? Spiritually. Yahweh Shai through this, because remember, Yahweh Shai, just like the elders were saying on their outside lesson, which they bring out everything, a lot of shit, but they were saying the mediator between Yahweh and man is Yahweh Shai. Okay, so we have his spirit to know all these things because Yahweh Shai knew all these things. All right. Where is that? Oh yeah, what did he say? He said the literal details are not the important part. Well, you're a liar, okay? Now, let's go to it. So we know that the earth is no more than 12,000 years old. We know that the earth was created in 7,000 years. Now, where did the other time come from? So this is, as you can see, 100prophecies.org, the Bible history timeline. And this is a very good website. This is a very good piece of information to have. But, me and the Akims, this is a few months ago, the camp. We had because this ain't just something that came out in 2024 or 2023. This has been around, all right? And the elders of the camp, they was telling us, like, the younger brothers, like, hey bro, like, look, this website that I'm looking at now, Esau, he actually took a few of the timelines out, all right? Because we actually have this original copy, Bible History Timeline. We have it on a printout, all right? We have it on a printout, like a physical paper printout with all the timeline specs on it. But, of course, Esau is so conniving that he's actually taking some things out of this timeline. But still, it's a good piece of information to have because it shows you 2100 BC, Yahweh promises Abraham many descendants. It says about 4,100 years ago. That's why, like I said, we don't have the exact times and dates of things. We can only estimate. But if you take the earth was created in 7,000 years, so that's 7,000 years, and you say about 4,100 years ago, That's when Yahweh promised Abraham many descendants. 4,100 plus 7,000 is about 1,100, right? Remember? No. I'm so like you. Let me go to the calculator because I said that wrong. 7,000. I'm not stupid. I know how to do math. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to, show you a visual. 7,000 years plus 4,100 years is 11,100 years. All right. Remember, the Earth was created in 12,000 years. So 12,000. The Earth is no more than 12,000 years old. It was created in 7,000 years. So 12,000 minus 1,100 equals no. What the hell? That equals 1,000 years. So that gives us about 1,000 years to play around with it when it comes to the Bible timeline. All right, like I say, Esau, he don't fucked it up, and we gonna learn exactly those exactly when the dates and the actual things happen in the kingdom. All right, that's when we're gonna have the full knowledge and understanding and the full mysteries of the kingdom to be unveiled to us. But like the elder always tell me, Yahweh Shai has us on a need to know basis. So we take the information that we got right now and we run with it. All right. But as you can see, because they don't, of course you see they don't have when Adam was born. When Adam was born and when Adam dwelled and Eve dwelled, all right? Which you can see that because if you go back to the book of Genesis chapter 2, right after the earth was created, that's when it goes to Adam being put on this earth. Let's go to the book of Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh formed man of the dust of the ground," which that man was Adam, "and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul." Now, ultimately, yes, you could that's talk. Okay, let me just simplify it. Ultimately, that breath of life, that man became a living soul, that is Yahweh Shai, and I'm sorry, Yahweh singling out Adam and giving him the truth. Okay, remember the tree of life, of knowledge and evil, good and evil? That's Yahweh. I say Yahweh. That's Adam coming into the truth given to him by Yahweh. Okay, and a good precept on that. Let me go to my Bible, because yeah, man, it get deep, man. It get deep. That don't just mean specifically that he was created him as a man and all that. Yeah, he did that, of course, but that means that he gave him the breath of life of this truth. Okay. Now let me get the precept on that real quick. Give me a few seconds. I'm gonna look for it in my book. Yahweh Shai Ratazai, everything is good with the audio. Because that would break me if it wasn't. I just have to do it again. Let's see. Okay, let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 4, verse 6. That's a precept I got on that. On Adam being the first man to have this truth. Because Adam, there was such thing as the Edomites. Okay, it was a few people. It was a few people that was in the garden. All right, it was a people, a nation of people. All right, well, nation of people just means multiple people, multitude of people. But Adam was the first one to have this truth. Let's see, what man is able to do that that would speak of such things in me. Said to me, if I should ask thee how great dwellings are in the midst of the sea. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. Let's see. What man is able to do such things? Wait a minute. Fire. The inside said, what man is able to do that? No, that's not the precept. Okay, let me look. Let me keep looking. I know it's in the Apocrypha. I could really Google it, but I want to get better at looking at the notes that I took in the Bible, because, that's going to be important when you're going outside. Motherfucker ask you a question, oh, you can go right to it. Boom, 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 boom. Rip them up. If they other nation, rip them up. If they Israelite, edify them. Let's see. But if anything, I'm going to just look it up on Google. Damn, man. Okay, let me look thoroughly through it. Let me just give me a few seconds. I can, there we go. I found it. So, once again, we're going to read that one more time. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. It says, And the Lord Yahweh formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. So that breath of life is represented as the truth. How do we know this? Let's go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 24 to 25. It says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. And that remember that wisdom is the knowledge, truth, and understanding of the scriptures, of the Bible. She passive and go and not in Adam's point of Yahweh, because he was the first one to Yahweh is my God. Okay. You know, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passive and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. 25 finna hit him on the head. For she is the breath of the power of Yahweh, and a pure influence from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. So that breath of life that was given to Adam in Genesis 2 and 7 was the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh. Okay? Boom. So basically, man, you know, that comes to the end of this lesson. Definitely hope you brothers was edified. So the moral of the story is, the moral of the lesson is, the earth is no more than 12,000 years old, referring to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 11. The earth was created in 7,000 years, which refers to Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, all the way into Genesis chapter 2, verse 1 to 3. And 1 year to man is 1,000 years to Yahweh, the Most High, referring to Psalms chapter 90, verse 4. And with the precept on that is 2nd Ezra chapter 3, verse 8. And last thing I want to say before I end this video is, to this motherfucker, what his name? we gotta rip the Edomites real quick, man. We gotta get on their ass, man. We gotta pull their car real quick for blasphemy in the Holy Scriptures. The last thing I want to say to you, Joe Devney, is since I don't know you in person, I hope I see your ass in the kingdom, because I'm gonna slap the hell out of your ass, because you blaspheme the scriptures, and we gonna basically give you a write up for it, a holy write up. All right, and you don't want to get wrote up about Yahweh Shah, the elect, because in the kingdom, man, we gonna have our way with you. We gonna put this in your face. We gonna say, hey, you remember all them articles and she used to write? Yeah, you used to blaspheme the scriptures. Well, guess what? You got to pay for that. So Joe Devney, see you in the kingdom as a slave. He that lead him into captivity shall be held captive, man. Referring to Revelations, man. But that definitely hope your brothers edified. Yeah, you can have fun with this, man. You can have fun with this. You got to edify first, though. Shalom.